Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the E60 documentary. This is Wrestle AM. That's right, it's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, we're going to review E60 WWE Behind the Curtain, an unprecedented look at the making of pro wrestling's biggest stars. Aired on Cinco de Mayo on ESPN. And of course, I am the sexiest man on all of wrestling radio. That's right, boom, boom, here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, my partner in crime, way there across the pond in Tokyo, Japan, talking about Dave Coco. Coco, man, how the heck are you, man? What did you think about this documentary?
Overall, I thought the documentary just, if it's sports entertainment, if that's what you're calling yourself, WWE, ESPN fucking does sports entertainment a billion trillion times better than you. Like, if you consider yourself sports entertainment and you're the king, hand the crown over to ESPN. It ain't even close. Like, and a lot of people will be like, oh, well, they had more time. Did they really? They got to produce a lot of E60s pretty damn quick. ESPN has to make a lot of damn content. Yeah, they're probably just at the same level of WWE as far as employees working hard. So ESPN came in, did a documentary, and said, bitches, that's how sports entertainment is done. You know, like as the young kids would say, mic drop and walk the fuck out. They didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Like, you could hear the cameraman, like, you're gonna win? Oh, man, I should be fucking covering the Rays or fucking, a real sports team, but, I'm fucking here. I'll fucking ask some giggly. Like you could hear it in the cameraman. They didn't even give a fuck. Yet the final product was a million times better than fucking anything WWE is doing. And not only that, but Triple H is like, it's the reality era. It's the reality era. It's the reality era. Everyone's talking about Adam Rose. All right, if it's the reality era, how come E60 gave that motherfucker what? 30 minutes? 25 minutes? And he got more fucking over. There's no one. Like, people were fucking crying. Like, why did I boo Adam Rose? Why? You know what I mean? So people are fucking crying over the Adam Rose documentary, and it literally took like 20 minutes. They're like, done. This ain't fucking hard. Can't even get this motherfucker over. He's fucking over. Thank you. Good night. Da-na-na. Da-na-na. Go fuck yourself, WWE. It's just... I was fucking watching this, and Triple H, it's the reality era, the internet, blah, 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 blah. And ESPN comes in and like, stuck on my fucking cock. Matter of fact, we fucking whooped your ass at your own fucking game so bad, get the fuck out of Connecticut. Connecticut is ours. You're not allowed to be in fucking Connecticut ever again. Leave. Pack up your fucking building and go home. ESPN fucking put in probably a third of fucking a small percentage is what I'm trying to get at. A small percentage of effort. They fucking, E60 was like, oh, this is a side project. Yeah, go there, shoot some shit. You can tell by the cameraman fucking acting like a jerk off, didn't give a shit, and they still put on a better fucking product than something you've been doing your whole fucking life. This, dude, I'm sorry. Everyone and their fucking mother at the end of this documentary is like, why did I ever fucking doubt Adam Rose? Holy shit, he's the greatest human being ever. And it took them like 25 fucking minutes. They put in a couple packages. They're like, here's a fucking sad story. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Fucking motherfucker's over. You got like 27 fucking years. You're like, this is the reality era. We're Hollywood. We're making stars. Yeah, ESPN said, suck on my sports entertainment cock. Good job, ESPN. Good fucking job. Booms, your thoughts?
Wow, it's kind of hard to follow that up, but I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed this documentary. What I liked about it, as opposed to other wrestling documentaries in the past, is they just kind of put the whole, is it real, is it fake, they try to protect the secret. They just put all that bullshit aside, and I think that was such a fresh approach to where we could just say, look, this is entertainment. Here's how they do it. Here's something, and we're going to take this seriously, and we're going to show you what goes on backstage, the whole process, how things are going. And here's 3 stars in the making, and we're going to show you. And it takes place over a course of roughly 2 years. So you're seeing stuff that started way back at the beginning of 2013 leading up to today. And so one, I thought that was great. Two, was left wanting more. I was like, wow, that was a whole hour. It's like, wow, I could watch a whole other hour of this. And in fact, they probably could have, because they have two other specials you can watch online that feature Tyler Breeze and Colin Cassidy.
Those specials are links down in the doobly-doo, by the way.
Yeah, so you can check those out. But going into this, somebody had made the statement, and I honestly don't remember if it was someone from ESPN or someone who had gotten a sneak preview of it. I honestly don't remember. But they said going into this documentary that after watching this, you'll never boo Adam Rose again. And I thought to myself, well, that's a pretty bold statement. You know, anybody who's listening to the show know that I have not shit on Adam Rose. I've been a little disappointed. I've criticized the handling of how they did his character.
As far as me, I always felt guilty. Like, he was so over in NXT, and I felt guilty that he wasn't getting over in WWE. I felt guilty for him. I don't think he's the best wrestler. I don't think it's the best gimmick. But at the same time, you go to NXT, this motherfucker, is like, yeah, rock star. And then you go to WWE and like, get the fuck off my stage. So I feel kind of bad for him. Go ahead.
Right. So, and I was just like, okay, that's a pretty bold statement. Well, how are you going to follow this up? Then, it starts. The whole documentary starts within the first 30 fucking seconds. I mean, I'm not shitting you. If you've not seen this documentary, please go and watch it right now. The first fucking thing we see is Adam Rose goes into his son's room, takes some formula, some kind of concoction, and pours it into this syringe, it looks like the top of a syringe attached to tubing, which goes into his son's stomach, and that's how he feeds his son. And I was just completely I don't have kids, but, just as a human being, I was just like, wow, that just really it was so emotional, and it really touched me. I mean, I had another nephew born this week, and I can only just imagine as a small, having a baby that had some kind of medical problem and then just trying to gut it out. And then, as Dave mentioned, now, Adam Rose has been on the main roster for about roughly a year or so, give or take, a few months or weeks here and there. And he's just had trouble getting over on Raw. They didn't know what to do with him. They had him turn heel. They had a feud with the Bunny. And, nothing. And then ESPN, and apparently, and I'd also like to mention, it should be noted that WWE really didn't have anything to do with this documentary as far as, input, okay, we need to do this.
You know why I believe that? Do you know why I believe that? For two reasons. WWE looked good. Not once did they blame the fans for anything. If this was a WWE documentary, they would have blamed the fans for a lot of shit. That's why, if I was WWE right now, I would sit down, I would call a fucking emergency meeting with Triple H, the whole fucking gang, sit them fucking down and be like, we're doing this wrong. We are absolutely doing this wrong. I would go to Ryback. I would go to fucking Roman Reigns. I would go to The Miz and be like, you badmouth a fucking fan again, I'm going to slap the fucking shit out of you. If someone has a good fucking story, let them tell that goddamn story. Stop saying you're part of the reality era, because ESPN came in not giving a shit and hit a home run.
I agree. Because Adam Rose is the real story is actually more interesting than the fake bullshit they tried to make up with him. He was a kid in South Africa who apparently lost his parents, or, his parents were in the picture. He was on his own for a couple of years, was fighting on the street, but professional wrestling is the only thing, I guess, that kind of kept him from, just going over to the streets, going over to crime or whatever. And then he got, started making a career as a professional wrestler. WWE came calling. He comes into the U.S., falls in love with an American woman, gets married, and then just tragedy strikes. His son is born with a rare birth defect that affects 1 in every 10,000 babies. His organs were on the outside of his body, and he's, he can't eat. He has to be fed through a tube, which is attached into his stomach. He, and he even says that, getting my son up is harder than wrestling. And he goes out there and he fights for his family. He fights for his, for his son Maverick. And And then they talked about how he started out as Leo Kruger, but they said, no, what, he's too nice of a guy. He's too good of a guy. This is not working. We need to make him a good guy. And they came up with the whole Adam Rose. And to me, that was just a million times better story than, oh, okay, he's going to feud with the bunny because he likes to party, right? Well, this ain't working. Fuck it. Let's have him job out. Let's put him on Superstars.
Yeah, and I think the part that bugs me the most is that Triple H keeps fucking saying it's the reality era. If it's the reality era, you suck at what you do.
Absolutely.
You suck at what you do. Period. End of fucking story. ESPN, you're pretty much the WWE of sports. You know what? This gave me hope. If ESPN did their own fucking fed, it would be a million times better than fucking anything WWE would ever fucking do. Ever. I hope when they see the reaction for E60, I hope that they fucking stop sending their stupid-ass wrestlers to say stupid-ass shit on fucking podcasts. Oh, you hate your life. The fans fucking suck. And then they're like, no, listen. People fucking care about fucking pro wrestling. Maybe we shouldn't make fun of them. Here's the thing. E60, if you're just a sports fan, if you don't even know, the casual fan, oh my God, the casual fan means so much more than wrestling fans. Oh, I love the casual fan. Oh yeah, baby, let me fuck the casual fan. Oh, doesn't it feel good? Oh yeah, that's way better than a fucking wrestling fan's pussy. Oh yeah, casual fan, it feels so good. If you're going for the casual fan, I guarantee the average casual fan, the average sports fan saw this, said, you know what? I'm going to give fucking pro wrestling a try. And they're going to turn on and see what the fuck you do. So here's the thing. If ESPN, sports, and the casual fan, oh yeah, it feels so good. Get that casual fan. Oh yeah. Maybe you should fucking do this. Just maybe. I didn't see any negative come out of this. I made WWE. ESPN made WWE look better than WWE does. Go watch a WWE documentary and then go watch this and be like, you know what? ESPN made your own fucking company look better than you do. I think it's time to fucking sit down and go, hey, instead of fucking blaming the fans and saying, I know what casual fans want, maybe you should fucking sit down and be like, hey, maybe we should take it more seriously. And not only that, but when it comes back to fucking it, you wanted NASCAR money. But no one gave you NASCAR money because they thought you were fucking pieces of shit. They didn't give you NASCAR money even though you got better ratings because of the ads. And you decided, this ain't me talking, this is the Fortune magazine talking. You decided to go the entertainment, sleazy, easy route. And that's why you didn't get NASCAR money. If you went the reality era, if you went the E60 era, if you went with respecting pro wrestling, then you would have got more on your television contracts. And that's not even just me speaking. That's fucking Fortune. And they know a thing or two about making money. Or their fucking magazine is false advertising a name there. But, yeah, you want to go to some live comments, Booms, or do you want to say something else? They also talk about the other two documentaries, too, real quick, and then we'll go to live comments.
Briefly, the other two was the other one I found very fascinating. Adam Rose is by far the most just fascinating one because it just blew the lid off a lot of things I did not know about him, and it humanized him so much and made me want to know so much more about it and pull for him. The other one that really touched me, and it was a close one, but Xavier Woods. They showed him when he first started out. He's a very quirky kind of guy, loves 90s stuff, had a Skip It, had a Ninja Turtle backpack, was just, kind of clowning around having a good time. But he's also very intriguing because he's not a dumb guy. He's not like your stereotypical, here's your dumb tattooed up wrestler who maybe has a GED and, drinks a lot of beer and, maybe he's got a couple of DUIs and domestic assault charge. No, he's got a master's degree and he's working on his PhD and he wants to be called doctor and he wants to do all this while he's a wrestler. He wants to be the first, wrestler with a PhD to be, to wrestle. And I was like, wow, believe me, getting my bachelor's degree was fucking tough enough. I can't imagine trying to get getting a master's and then going for my PhD while having a full-time job. try to study on top of life itself. Oh man, it blew me away. I mean, he's absolutely one of the. I mean, bar none. Probably, you know what? Not probably one of. He is probably actually no. He is the smartest pro wrestler. You know, with the not just with WWE, but in wrestling, at least in the United States. And what did you saddle him with? You saddled him with the Southern Baptist gimmick.
Yeah. It's let's. The thing is, I think what took away from this is that most wrestling fans knew, but I think for a documentary and people watching, it was really intriguing.
And then Corey Graves. Now, Dave, I'm going to lead to a question here, and I guess after this we can take some questions and comments from our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages. Corey Graves, talked about his character, how he loved professional wrestling, how he pursued it, from like a young age. I think he said at 3 or 4 years old, he had a Hulk Hogan birthday cake. He just caught on and left from there, and he got all these tattoos, and he was a good wrestler, and then just concussion problems, and he was worried his career was over. But then he got offered a 2-year commentator contract. And, he was, so worried about providing for his wife and kids. Now, Dave, here's my question. Not to take away from anything, because I think Corey Graves did an outstanding job when he was in the ring, and I think he's doing an outstanding job as a commentator. Do you think the only reason, and it could be no, you could tell me no, I don't think it's true, but do you think the only reason Corey Graves got offered a 2-year commentator's deal was because ESPN cameras were there and WWE didn't want to cut or fire somebody, especially for health issues, when it's been well documented they've been followed around by ESPN's camera crew?
I don't know. That's a really tough call, because I'm pretty sure if he just gets cut, well, I'm going to say no for this reason. I don't know for sure. And it sounds kind of dirty, but this is the reason I'm going to say no. At the end of the documentary, they mentioned they fired Bill DeMott, and they put Bill. And in the video, Bill DeMott looks like a great guy. They really did a good job of making WWE look like professional and all that. So I think if he got cut, I think they would just put it on the cutting room floor. I don't think E60 is going to be like, oh, let's fucking do a smear piece. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think if they did cut him, they would have probably replaced him with Big Kaz's story or, Prince Pretty's story. But the fact that they didn't cut him, they're like, oh, this is a good story. So maybe it had a little bit of a factor in it, but I don't know, because once I saw the text that they told the truth about Bill DeMott, I was just like, I don't think, I don't know. Okay. I don't know, but I'm going to lean towards no, just because I thought it was just a good story. And all that, but I got kind of close to this one because I lost jobs because of concussions. And you know what? Even if it's just a PR move, so what? The guy still has 2 years. You know what I mean? Good for him. It's kind of like I'm a veteran and I'm injured. And, sometimes people get signed because they're just veterans, at different jobs, not just in pro wrestling, just in life in general. Sometimes it's just a PR move. Like, hey, we signed this guy. You'll see it a lot, especially in certain military. It just happens. And even though it's a PR move, at the end of the day, some dude with concussions still has a job. And as a dude that has concussions, I enjoyed it. I'm like, hey, even if it, at the end of the day, if the reason for it is horrible and PR, who cares? That motherfucker still has a job for 2 years. You know what I mean? So even if it is for a bad reason, there's still good results. Do you follow what I'm saying on this one?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
So, all right, let's go to some live comments and we'll wrap this bad boy up. And we're hoping to do a couple videos today. I want to apologize for no video yesterday. I actually recorded like 10 Stump the Idiots Q&As, just one-on-one questions. and I tried to do it where I pre-record it at a river in Tokyo, and then I upload it at night when my kids are sleeping and I can't do videos, and it failed miserably. It failed miserably, the whole situation. So I answered 10 questions that only I saw. Well, they weren't some of my best answers, so hopefully I could do better live. So yeah, we lost 10 videos. It's a sad, sad story. All right, going across the board. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Twitter, Google+, Kocosports.net, Internet Imager Chat. Thank you for the likes on Facebook. And it just seems today is all YouTube. The monopoly of comments come from YouTube. So let's just go to YouTube right now.
All right.
We got 6 likes, 0 thumbs down. Yeah, we have to start putting not the documentary because people are stupid.
That's how we got flagged the last time.
Yeah. Lennox Water. And no, it's so funny. We don't have to do that on any other social media accounts. Like, when you go on Twitter and you're like, our thoughts on this event. No one on Twitter goes, I thought it was really the event. On Facebook, our thoughts on this event. No one thinks, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I'm not saying YouTube people are dumb. I'm just saying the dumb people hang out on YouTube. Lennox Wooderson. Has WWE itself become the top heel? Is this why the wrestlers they choose to push usually don't get over? No. WWE is out of touch. Period. It's just completely out of touch. You're ran by a 69-year-old man who denies going blind, and that's when you know you're old. When someone comes up to you and says, you know what? You might be going blind, and no one questions it. You might be too fucking old. I honestly think it's almost a monopoly. They're stubborn, and they want to see what gets over. An example of this is ratings. Ratings went completely in the tank this week, but everyone said, well, it was a good show. People don't care about wrestling. Not so fast, my fellow friend. Who knew it was going to be a good show? Me and Boom Boom watch more wrestling than grown men should. We had no idea it was going to be a good show. None whatsoever. Did anyone going into Monday Night Raw think it was a good show? So why it being a good show and the ratings down? And not only that, but do you notice they're like, see, you put on a good show with Sami Zayn and the ratings go down. But if the main event was Randy Orton versus fucking Dave Bautista Jr., who the fuck's Dave Bautista? Roman Reigns. The main event was Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. I noticed WWE defenders that hate pro wrestling. Why don't the main event get any of the shit? So it was a good wrestling show with a shitty main event, and if it was a good wrestling main event, you would have said, oh, look at the ratings went down. Not only that, but no one knew it was going to be a good show. Booms, going into Monday Night Raw, did you have any idea it was going to be a good show?
No, absolutely none. I don't think they even previewed or teased any matches going into that, so there was no way to know.
And now that we have NBA and NHL playoffs, I honestly believe WWE is out of touch, and we live in a generation now, and I hope we get past this generation. And I'm not saying young people, old people. I just think a generation now. If you have a lot of people on your Facebook timeline, which I do, go on. Notice how many people have to be the smartest guy in the room. Go back 10 years. Go back, I don't know how long the internet's been out, but let's just go 10 years. Let's go back 10 years. People had conversations. People used the internet for the sake of learning something. You know, it's weird because people are like, I can't believe you read my comments. I can't believe you interact back and forth. That's what the fucking internet's about, asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't we interact? That's what the fucking internet's about. But now it's got to be the smartest person in the room. You have to know everything. The most successful people in the world, you kiss their ass, then you're successful. It's fucking ridiculous. But, yeah, I honestly think they're just completely out of touch. Fortune Magazine has said it. ESPN has said it. Everyone fucking says it. ESPN came in with a fucking documentary that what? Let's be completely honest. How far down the scale is E60 on ESPN's radar? Like, it's probably fucking... No, it's probably... I bet you it's not even in the top 20 shows they give a fuck about.
Actually, I think they've won some awards from E60.
Yeah, but I'm saying... What I'm saying is, not their awards, because WWE wins awards, everyone wins awards. Not
Okay.
not 2 years. How much do you think they put manpower on it? How much do you think they go out of their way to fucking do a great show? How much do you think about it? What did they send? They sent like 4 or 5 people, got footage. The cameraman obviously didn't give a shit because every time he mentioned his mouth, and then they came in and glued it together with the fucking movie guys. You don't think they put more effort into SportsCenter? NFL Tonight, NHL Tonight, all those fucking shows. Cold Pizza. I don't know. Do they still make cold pizza?
No, I think they changed the name to that.
Yeah, they did. I think it's like, I don't know, Up in Morning or something. I think they named it to Wrestle AM. Lennox Wooderson says, what 3 WWE wrestlers would you like to see be featured in an ESPN documentary? All of them. All of them. I mean, if I was WWE, I would drive right to Connecticut and say, what can we do for you to be on our staff? They already signed with Tap Out for Tap Out to be, dealing with their clothes. Why not go and see what you can get ESPN to do their shit? So there you go. Not that Adam Rose has a bit of notoriety. How long? Oh, this is a great question from Lennox Wooderson. Booms, I'll let you handle this one.
Okay.
Not that Adam Rose has a bit of notoriety, but how long before John Cena leeches on to him and then buries him? It might be Monday with this U.S. Open challenge. Now that Adam Rose is popular because of E60, when do you think John Cena leeches his popularity?
If he gets popular, I'd say immediately. Here's the thing. WWE has got exactly 1 week to cash in on this. They've got till Monday to say something, do something, mention Adam Rose, give him a bigger push, talk about the documentary, and use that as a springboard to talk about Adam Rose, and you can essentially reboot him. You can give him a second chance if you give a shit. Because see, that's the problem with WWE is they talk about, oh, this person's not getting over, he's not connecting, I don't get it. And very rarely do you get these opportunities to where, oh crap, we can actually make some money off this guy. But it's going to be up to WWE. And now the worst thing they can do is nothing, which is unfortunately I feel like they'll do. But I feel like if they really just go, wow, we've been handed a golden opportunity. Here's a guy that was featured on this documentary. People that were booing, they're just intrigued by this guy. Let's put him out there. Let's see if, we can, to me, Dave, and I don't understand this. I know you've been a promoter before. When you hire somebody and you have somebody on your roster, isn't the whole purpose of having that person on the roster to put on a good show and be able to make money off that person?
Yeah, well, my always thing, I went with the ESPN, the ECW and UFC approach, where, and not only that, but WWE has an advantage because they have contracts. WWE has an advantage because, they have a marketing machine, but you still have injuries. What you wanted as me, sorry, I got Baby Macaroni in here. Baby Macaroni, say hello. What I wanted as a promoter, and most people promoters should want, is that everyone that leaves that curtain should be over. Everyone in that curtain you care about. And then if you lose a guy, then bam, it doesn't matter. You have another guy right there to take his spot. And indies that have to run a lot of shows have to think like that. But it seems that WWE, they made all their money off, well, we'll just have one giant superstar. All right. Hey, you got to talk? Say bye-bye. We're kicking Leo out.
All right. Kicking out Leo, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that if you put all your money into one person and you market it, if they don't like that person, you have to be stubborn and keep going at it. You know what I mean? And that's what basically WWE does. And on top of that is, what if John Cena gets hurt? I think the product is a million times better. And I'm not even being a John Cena hater. I think it's a million times better. That's why, I miss having a legit competition. I wish a Ted Turner, an ESPN, a Mark Cuban, the Dixie Carter. I wish someone would come by and, literally just take the roster. I wish Hulk Hogan and TNA was successful because let's put it this way. I mean this. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If Dixie Carter had enough money to go with Hulk Hogan's plan, WWE would be a million times better. Because WWE would have lost John Cena, would have lost Randy Orton, and they would have been forced to make other stars. And that's when they were at their best, when they have to make stars and they have to make the roster look amazing. So it's weird. I think TNA failing, Hulk Hogan failing, well, the Hulk Hogan project, I don't want to fucking get into a fucking wiener contest with TNA fans. But Hulk Hogan failing, I think actually hurt WWE. I think it did, because they're like, oh, well, fuck it. No one fucking has to do it, you know. As far as the product, obviously, WWE would love to fucking be shitty for the rest of their lives and raking cash. Congratulations, but as far as the product goes, as a fan viewing it, the fact that Hulk Hogan and TNA failed during the Hulk Hogan era, and I don't care how big of a TNA fan is, if you don't think the Hulk Hogan era failed, dude, that's not even being a fanboy. That's straight up delusional. That's just straight up delusional. But, you know, the Hulk Hogan era, if it was successful, WWE would have been a million times better right now. A million times better. But nope, they have to choose. But yeah, as far as what three wrestlers WWE, I don't know. Like, I would see who you were trying to get over. Maybe Roman Reigns. You know, whoever WWE was trying to get over. I would just have ESPN do a documentary on that.
If it's just like NXT guys, I would like to see documentaries on Charlotte, because, you know, I'd like to see someone who, you know, living in the shadow of their Hall of Famer dad. I mean, I think that could be an interesting story. And again, this is just with NXT. I think Finn Balor could be an interesting one. You know, his journey from Ireland through Japan and around the world, and then coming here. And then maybe somebody new, like who's just getting a taste of it, like Solid Crow or Uhaa Nation, someone who just came up, who just came off the Indies, getting their perspective of, you know, wading into the water, you know, getting ready for that build-up. I think those could be some interesting stories.
And I think they could have did a better job with Prince Pretty. Maybe that's why they put it on the cutting room floor. But Prince Pretty, I think, story is a lot more amazing than E60 had it. You know, how long he's been there, how long he's been stuck. He has a good attitude towards it. At least that's what the documentary showed. So, yeah, it would be interesting. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Some more live comments. You see the roster reveal for Global Force Wrestling. Yes, we plan on doing a whole show on Global Force Wrestling. Do you think WWE is mad at E60 for not only better than Roman's documentary, but it's getting over jobbers, why they can't do the same for Roman? Yeah, I mean, unless they're fucking in such a yes sir bubble, here's the thing. If you're the reality era and care about the casual fan, and this E60 doesn't embarrass you, they're in a bubble. They're just in a yes bubble. And the thing is, there's enough people on YouTube, there's enough people out there that will blindly defend this shit. They'll be like, oh, no, it's not. No. Let me tell you, if you say you're in the reality era, and you say that, hey, you know, we're sports entertainment, hey, you know, no. You should be embarrassed. There's no way. Especially with the praise it's getting, there's no way. All right, let's see. Lennox Water, Push, Berry, Fire, Adam Rose, Xavier Woods, Corey Graves. That's tough. You know what I mean? If you go off the documentary.
To me, that's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, ain't Corey Graves kind of fired?
Yeah.
I mean, he still has a job, but he's not a wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, so there you go there. And as far as, I mean, right now in reality, Adam Rose has been buried and Xavier Woods has got to push.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, like, here's the thing. What E60 makes you care about the people. But you still have to go, like, if you're a general manager or fucking someone that decides talent, you still have to go with what happens in the ring. You know? So, yeah. I mean, maybe it's a feel-good story. Maybe it's not. But I would probably, of pure talent, not paying attention to this documentary, because that's what you have to do, I would probably bury Corey Graves, which they already did, push Xavier Woods, and fire Adam Rose. And you know what? That's on WWE Creative, because Adam Rose did not get over yet in an E60 documentary. Everyone, even the beloved casual fans, loved it.
Within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, E60 got Adam Rose over, whereas WWE couldn't do it in a fucking year.
All right. Oh man, dude, I thought this was gonna be a thing. What are your thoughts on Macho Mandow? I just think whatever Sandow does, he'll be successful, and hopefully it will. It makes The Miz on that interview look even more full of shit. I don't know. I think it's entertaining. I think it will be good. He's doing a Macho Man impersonation now. I don't know.
It worked out so well for Jay Lethal.
Yeah. Well, you know, everyone steals from everyone nowadays. It's kind of their thing. To me, you know what it is? They are going to keep giving this guy shitty gimmicks until he doesn't get over, and then blame the fans. The Miz is already setting that up. The Miz already set it up. The Miz is like, well, I want to see if the fans will still fucking cheer him when I'm not there. That's the thing. No one gives a fuck about the product. No one. Everyone and their mother only cares about themselves. And they will blame the fans faster than anything. Like, we had a super WWE fan literally say the reason why Roman Reigns isn't over is because of the fans. What form of entertainment would that fucking ever be fucking said? It's so fucking stupid. Cynical says, I was amazed how good Raw was, honestly. I wasn't not excited to watch Raw. Yeah, Raw was pretty good this week. Wrestling's been pretty good this week. Do you think WWE will continue to be good next week?
No.
I hope. Because they can do it any way they want. The low ratings helps them fucking feed their ego and their bullshit. This is why it helps them feed their ego and bullshit. No one knew that Raw was going to be good, so everyone watched the NHL. The Raw was good. The ratings were horrible. But you ever notice no one's blaming the main event? Not once. Go look around the internet from all these WWE defenders. No one's blaming the internet. They're like, see, even Vince Russo is running his fucking mouth. Oh, see, fucking no one cares about this fucking guy. It's just... Pro wrestling is in the business of hating its fans. That's what the fuck it's in. And not only that, but now the smartest guy in the room, I want to be a part of the business. Dude, nothing pisses me off more than meeting a wrestling fan and then he tells me he's a wrestler. Like, I literally want to end the conversation. Like, I don't even want to fucking talk to him. Like, I went to fucking TNA, and I met up with a bunch of friends, and I met this one guy. And I was like, oh, man, it's kind of cool. You know about wrestling, right? And he's like, yeah, I train. Well, I'm done. Like, don't even fucking... No, the whole conversation's over. You're a fucking piece of shit that hates fans. Like, I automatically... Like, it's funny because, like, people are like, oh, this guy's coming to town. Do you want to meet him? I'm starting to hate pro wrestlers for hating fans so much that I don't even bother want to fucking meet them. Oh, hey, how you doing, pro wrestler A? Yeah, that's right. Fucking... I like you, so I'm smart, but whoever doesn't like you is ruining the business. We get it. Like, I mean, what else? Where do you fucking go from there? You know, it's unbelievable. And know what it is? It's the tough enough. It's, I can make it. Let me put it this way. I'm 5'11" fat. And if I can kick the shit out of you and you don't wrestle like a Rey Mysterio in his prime, fuck off, you're not a wrestler. You're just an asshole who's paying at a fucking dojo to fucking talk down the fans. You're not a wrestler. All right, listen. Here's my standards. I have a broken neck. I have a broken back, or had. I don't know. That's healed. It's held together by Scotch tape. I have nerve damage. I have concussions. I have a list of injuries that make Mick Foley blush. All right? I'm 5'11", fat. I fucking get tired walking upstairs. If I can kick your ass and you can, and I can do every wrestling move you can, you're not a wrestler. You're paying money to talk shit to fans. That's it. And to be honest, you're the real fucking marks. You'd be like, oh, fan talk shit on YouTube. Yeah, me and Boobs make pennies. How much do you make? Well, I haven't made anything yet, but I pay $900 a month. Have you had a match yet? No. But when I do, I'm going to fucking blame the internet. All right. I'm fucking, yeah. Nice conversation, asshole. Total total nonstop action. Says, sup, Mr. Coco? Are you going to be watching the AAA Real World Tourney for Mexico featuring New Japan, TNA, ROH? Can't fucking wait to watch it. Hope it's on a pay-per-view or something. I hope so, too. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I can't believe that TNA is going to work with other feds. It just shows you that time has changed, especially with ROH and New Japan being there. I think this is a big step for TNA, working on a big card like this internationally and sharing talent. Hopefully they don't fuck it up, because old TNA fucks up everything. I'm hoping new TNA is like, no, times have changed. Franielli says, fucking Cena should have left Zayn go over. Yeah, he's not going to. Poor Franielli. Yeah, it would have been awesome, but no. What's up, Mr. TNA, a la carte from America? Do you guys see WWE being so stubborn to let Cena's time on top run out without getting a legitimate replacement for the product? I honestly think there's a team that wants Roman Reigns to fail. This is my conspiracy. Hear me out. No facts whatsoever. Can we get a conspiracy theory hat? I think half of WWE wants to see Roman Reigns fail so they could see, look, we should have stayed with John Cena. And I think John Cena's part of it. The good guy, Captain America. Because when he got on there and be like, look, we gave him something new and they didn't like it, that was just, yeah, that's their fucking defense. I think there is a large amount of people in WWE that want John Cena to stay on top forever. What's up? Okay, let's see. I think no matter who is number 2 wrestling spot, WWE defenders will shit on it no matter what. It's TNA, Lucha, ROH, and New Japan. When they see TNA as a threat, and if TNA folded and ROH got number 2 by default, start shitting on ROH. They don't now, because no one sees ROH as a threat to anything. A possibility. I think it's just they feel. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's like seen as a threat. I think it's. I don't watch TNA, and it's easy to make fun of because it's number 2. I mean, people still talk shit about ROH. They just say it in ICW. I don't know. TNA is in a really hard spot, and this is why I say it's in a really hard spot. WWE fans will bash anything, and TNA is on national television, so it's, for most Americans, number 2. And the thing about being the smartest guy in the room and always rooting for people that are successful, a part of that is, I'm going to fucking make fun of something I don't watch. I'm going to make fun of everything else. Oh my God, I make the most money. It feels good. Look, I'm a better person. So I think there's a lot of that. But then also TNA has a problem of it's too close to WWE. So if you are searching for alternatives, you're going to skip right over it. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, oh, okay. So you have an audience who's willing to go deeper in the content hole, so they're going to skip over TNA, and they have TNA, and then you have WWE fans who just fucking ha, look at us, we make the most money, and then you have stuck with TNA extremists. And I actually think TNA is in a really bad spot, because if you say anything bad, they have to blindly defend it. And it's kind of, though what I wish, this is what I wish. I wish, and the same thing, and this goes with politics, I wish people attacked what they loved, because then it would make the product better. Like I always joked, like 1 month a year, you shouldn't be allowed to talk bad about your competitors, the other political party, the other wrestling companies, and you can only, for 1 month a year, you can only attack what you love to make it better. I think blindly defending any product hurts the product. And I think that's the big thing. What I hope the world does is blindly defend ideas. And this goes way bigger than pro wrestling. Like, you'll go to someone and be like, I'm against fucking kicking puppies. But your candidate kicks puppies every day. But he doesn't kick as many puppies. When you start saying shit like that, you're completely fucking worthless. And I think in pro wrestling, people do the same thing. People blindly defend companies, where I wish there was a shift and people blindly defended their standards and ideas. So, yeah, I think TNA gets a lot of shit on them, but at the same time, I also think TNA fans have to shit on their own product. I think WWE fans have to shit on their own product. Don't be loyal to a company. Be loyal to an idea. Don't be loyal to a party. Be loyal. Because to me, people like, I used to work in politic radio, and people all the time be like, well, I believe in Party E60. And you're like, cool. What do you think about this? And they're like, well, I'm against that. Well, Party E60 does that all the time. Yeah, but they don't do it. As soon as you say, yeah, but you are completely worthless as a human being to me. And I think what I want in pro wrestling in the world, defend ideas, defend your standards, and maybe once a month. Wouldn't that be great? Go on Facebook and find out what political party, what pro wrestling company, whatever. And you can't attack the other guy. You only attack your home base. The world would be a better place. For 1 month, we'll call it Negative November. Negative November. You just attack what you believe in. And that's what you should do all the time. In every aspect of your life, you should attack what you believe in, because then what you believe in becomes stronger. This got way off topic. Kenta should 100% be one of the three. I'd hit the Japanese market so well. That's true. Yeah, that's a great point. So thank you, Cynical. Boom, boom, boom. And I think this show's going on way too long. We're planning on doing 3 short shows. I apologize. Boom, boom.
Yes.
All right.
You sit in the corner reflecting negatively upon yourself.
All right. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to stop and start another show? Because we still have. Or do you want to go quickly? How many more comments? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new ones. You want to go King Kong Bundy and wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. John Hannibal. A lot of interesting points were made about wrestling industry and how they treat their fans. A shame, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And the worst part is most fans accept it. That's the scary part. The American Outlaw, Hogan and TNA was bad because he got too much of creative control. I agree with that. But what really hurt it was WWE blocking TNA from getting the same arenas WWE uses. Yeah, WWE block TNA. But this is just business. I mean, there's some shitty things that I think, like WWE stealing their ideas and then putting their ideas on television before their shows televised. I think that's shitty. That's like, okay, that's the line. But stealing someone else's arenas, blocking them, no, that's just business. Fucking everyone's going to do that. You know what I mean? WWE blocks TNA from using the same arenas that would have sold out to Hogan, Sting, Angle, Hardys, and others. TNA was stuck with 5, 10K arenas during the Hogan era. Yes and no, but they were horrible at promoting, too. They were absolutely horrible at promoting. So I agree with you, but I also disagree with you. WWE knew TNA would have sold out or came close to filling the same arenas, but blocked them to stop the growth. Yeah, this is just business, though. I mean, it sucks, but they've done a lot shittier stuff than that. Carlos Sandena says, for TNA, I know is going to be Galloway, Matt Hardy, and Anderson. I'd really like to, though, replace Hardy and Anderson with Perkins and Davey Richards or Aries. TNA has messed up too many times for most people. This is from Lennox Watterson. Dixie should have sold it years ago so it could completely, truly have a rebirth. Yeah, I think a lot of WWE fans don't give it a shot. But yeah, I agree with that statement. Last time, by the way, haven't watched the 60 episode. I have it on DVR, though. Was it one of the time documentaries or a series?
One time.
There's a series that you know of. Best of my knowledge is a one-time documentary. Just one time. E60 just, does sports stories. And boom, they give you 60 minutes of, compelling television. Usually it's a feel-good thing. A lot of people think, ask me about propaganda. E60 is mostly feel-good movie type stories. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's as much propaganda as, that. And plus, the big thing for me was the comment about Bill DeMott. All right, Booms. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Booms, show me why you're the... Booms, I'm going to give you the night off. Check out Kocosports.net. You can follow us on Twitter at KOCO Sports. And Booms, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Your final thoughts on E60?
If you have not seen it, you need to watch it. And I agree. Once you watch this, you will never boo Adam Rose ever again.
With that, Now I feel pressure. Now it's like, should I boo? I can't boo him. Thank you all for the live comments. We'll be back in a couple minutes with an NXT review. With that, so that's why you can like, comment, subscribe, so you'll know. We'll be back. And follow us on Twitter. All right, with that, I am over. Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, boom.